South Africa produces around 60,000 tons of household waste daily. This equates to 1 kilogram of waste per person per day. Systems are being developed to reduce the waste volumes currently disposed of at landfill facilities. Programs to reduce, reuse and recycle waste are in line with international trends. Despite these efforts, landfills will remain the final destination for the vast majority of waste types generated by the consumer and industry in the foreseeable future. Disposal of waste to landfill, however, can no longer follow historical dump-it-in-a-hole practices. Strict legislation to ensure protection of the environment has radically changed the way modern landfill facilities are designed, constructed and operated. Interwaste's FG landfill facility is situated in Olifantsfontein, midway between Johannesburg and Pretoria. The facility is at the cutting edge of modern sanitary landfill engineering and complies with the latest legislative requirements. The site receives waste from all regions in South Africa and neighboring countries. It is an 18001 accredited facility and the only one to hold the TUV International Quality Standard. International standards for the best practices incorporated at FG set the benchmark for all future Interwaste facilities, integrating technological advances that anticipate the further tightening of environmental protection legislation. FG Landfill is simply one of the best operational waste disposal facilities in the country. FG is licensed as a GLB Plus landfill. Developed on a 26-hectare site, it is being designed in 4 major operational phases. Phase 1 is an area that has been accepting general waste since 2003 and currently accommodates the majority of the 50,000 tons disposed at the facility each month. Each phase has to be individually designed and the Department of Water Affairs has to approve the designs before construction can start. Each phase forms an integral part of the final model and end-use plan of the site. Except for Phase 1, the initial phase, the other 3 phases will be equipped with a composite liner as specified for a Class B barrier system. A composite liner is a composition of individual layers of different material placed on top of each other to create an impermeable layer or containment barrier. The barrier system separates the waste from the in-situ soil and prevents possible contamination of groundwater sources. These phases are then interconnected with leakage and leachate drainage systems to monitor any groundwater pollution and collect leachate generated from these landfilling activities. Precise engineering of the cell base and side slopes are critical to provide stability for the safe and efficient operation of the phases. Leachate is produced as rainwater infiltrates the body of waste and finds its way to the base of the cell. Collection and management of leachate is a critical aspect of landfill design to prevent any contamination of local groundwater. Every aspect of daily operation at FG is tightly controlled to a strict long-term plan. Apart from municipal solid waste, all delisted waste samples are collected and analyzed at Interwaste state-of-the-art laboratory facility to accurately determine the composition of the waste stream. This determines if and how a specific waste needs to be treated before it is accepted on site. A critical aspect of the laboratory analysis is to ensure that each waste stream falls within the ultimate concentration limits for its constituent elements as set out by the Department of Environmental Affairs. Upon arrival at FG, the material is resampled in the site laboratory to confirm basic parameters before it is directed for disposal at the appropriate operational cell. General and delisted waste disposed at the site is recorded by a computerized weighbridge system that accurately captures every detail of the transaction. This information facilitates site planning, such as the movement of cover material, as well as client billing and triple line reporting. Once waste is received and weighed, the waste is directed to the working phase and placed on top of the barrier system in layers of at least 2 meters thick, compacted with a landfill compactor to the highest possible density and covered with a layer of earth to mitigate odors, breeding of flies and other nuisances. The landfill site is then built up in these layers of waste and covered daily until it reaches its final design height according to the approved end-use model before it is capped and rehabilitated. All operations at FG are conducted to an operational plan and finally an end-use plan. All cells will eventually come together to create a natural landform that will undergo complete capping and rehabilitation to prevent water ingress into the site and minimize leachate generation. The overall site development plan of the FG facility includes a comprehensive stormwater management system to collect and channel natural runoff through engineered drainage channels into a series of lined storage dams and ponds. This water is either used on site, naturally evaporates, or is allowed to run off after careful water quality monitoring. Interwaste facilities are licensed and will be registered for active extraction and utilization of landfill gas. Landfill gas contains a high concentration of methane, which is a potentially hazardous and greenhouse gas with a global warming potential 23 times that of carbon dioxide. Even if specific site conditions are not conducive to commercially viable landfill gas harvesting, provision must still be made to allow gas to be vented or fled in order to prevent the buildup of methane gas within the landfill and the release of bad odors, pollution, and migration to the surroundings. Within a short period, indigenous vegetation will take over and fauna and flora will reproduce. The site will be closely monitored for decades after closure to guard against any water or ground pollution and to control gas emissions from the waste body below. Construction can never be done on the site, but it can be used as a natural recreation area with safe walking and cycling trails and other sporting facilities. This is the Interwaste way of doing things.